and good morning. Yes, 3:33, and I've been awake for over an hour and in the meditation room for over half an hour. My sleep patterns have been very skewed, probably for a long time, but even more so of late. Yesterday's video I did at 1:11, and then it took me numerous tries to upload it, but YouTube was doing maintenance and they kept rejecting the upload. Instead of just saying right off the bat, you can't upload now, it will be back up in ever many hours they anticipate. They allowed it to go through the whole process of uploading and then said, we're sorry, the server has rejected your file. And I'd have to start over again. I think I did it 5 or 6 times finally. Before I finally went to bed, and then I got back up at 4:45 and was finally able to upload it at that time. Anyway, today I start at 3:33. The title that I've selected is Relationships and Matters of the Heart. Yes, I know it's Halloween. Lots of seeming scary stuff I could talk about today. However, I want to focus again on the heart, not in the physical sense, but rather in the emotional sense. It will be about my personal reflections on intimate relationships in which sexuality is shared. For me, that aspect of my human spiritual being remains limited by the couple concept. A couple being 2 people. As I've said before, this is one subject where I feel uncertain and oftentimes incomplete. I sometimes wonder if I even want the kind of relationship I've always dreamed about, since I recognize the difficulties involved, not least of which are the wounds so many of us have experienced in this matter. Let's explore matters of the heart a bit today. This is a subject that is somewhat uncomfortable for me to talk about because I seem to be in a very confused and mixed up state regarding intimate relationships. I have no problems being emotionally and intellectually and even spiritually intimate with people. Sensual or sexual intimacy is quite another matter. Quite another matter. Margie asked me in the workshop over the weekend, I think it was Saturday morning, if she did a sensuality for seniors workshop, would I attend? Would I participate? And without even giving it much thought, I said no. I certainly don't want to experience my sensuality and sexuality. And I know there's a difference. In a public forum with a group. I attended one Tantra workshop one time and in some respects, it was a healing experience, but in other respects, it was a tremendously wounding experience. I do not fathom the idea or entertain the idea, except in wild fantasies of maybe a menage a trois. I do not picture myself with a harem, although somebody, I think on my birthday, sent me a thing that they pictured me with a harem of beautiful women, all attending to my needs. And I remember something way in the past that said that I would have 7 women. And then I read something else that said when God began the creation, the first thing he did was create 7 wives for himself, which, is far-fetched, and there might be other myths about such things. But in any case, what I've always pictured is union with what I would term soulmate, twin flame, although I feel I have many soulmates. I feel most of the world is my soulmate. It may not be accurate, but I mean, I feel such a connection with so many people. And as I said, I'd have no problem being emotionally honest and intellectually honest and spiritually honest and sharing intimacy at that level with lots of people. I'm well capable of doing that, and it's a good thing. I'm not afraid of intimacy. I'm not afraid to tell the truth about myself, about my feelings, whatever. I'm emotionally available in that aspect. However, when it comes to sharing genitals, it's a different story. It's a different story. Being 66 years old, and for the last several years in my life, I know that my body doesn't work the same as it always did. And that's a huge concern for me. And I also know what I find sexually attractive. First of all, women, not men. That's just the way it is. I have nothing against people's sexual preferences. Whatever they are, they are. That's your business, and I am all in favor of consensual sexual relations with consenting adults. Adults being the key, not an adult and a little kid. I don't find that something that I would ever wish to explore. Not at all. I would not want to tamper with that innocence of a child. And I feel bad knowing that many children have their innocence taken in that way. And I've seen many of them in workshops over the years. Many people have been sexually abused, men and women, in their youth. Just the way the world is. Anyway, since I've been doing these videos, I have had numerous people, mostly women, a few men, express interest in me as possible partnerships. And a lot of it's innuendo, and I may be reading into it and projecting. I don't even know. There's been at least one person that stated openly that she would leave her husband for me. Beautiful lady. Many beautiful ladies out there that have expressed interest. Most of them do not live local. In fact, except for possibly one person, none of them are local. And that one person at one time made it clear that she wasn't interested in me in that manner, although some further communications this year suggest that she might have a change of heart, but I have not had the courage to even explore what her suggestions or innuendos might mean. But I've had people send me emails and write me letters and send me trinkets with hearts. In fact, here's another necklace that someone sent me from Europe. Whoops. It's a heart on a string. I don't know if you can see it. But people do send me little gifts from time to time, which I appreciate. It's a nice gesture. And I don't know, I honestly don't know how or if I will connect with my significant other. And I have no intention of exploring my sexuality with people that I'm not attracted to in some way. And physical attraction at my age, more than it was even when I was younger, is critical. Because if there's no physical attraction, I wonder, will my body function at all? I had an experience at some point in the past, I won't say when, because I don't want to tie it down to any particular individual, where I thought that this person that I was attracted to might potentially be a partner. And we had sexual relations. And as long as I felt that she was a potential partner, the one for me, my body was behaving itself and doing what it was supposed to do. As soon as I came to a point of realization that no, she's not the one, there were other issues that were present that I did not feel comfortable with. As soon as I reached that point in my mind, my body stopped cooperating sexually. The mind is the driver. I got it. As long as I was entertaining the possibility that she might be the one, I was fine. I was in integrity. As soon as I had made the mental choice that she wasn't the one, even though the sexual relations were still attempted, there was not the same level of enjoyment and connection that we had experienced previously. This is what I'm learning about me, and why it's so very important to me to be able to fire on all cylinders, to be able to connect at all levels. And for a sexually intimate relationship, the most important one is this person sexually attractive to me? Now, I like petite women, period. Now, petite doesn't mean short to me. It means somebody without a whole lot of plumpness. Voluptuous is not a turn-on for me. And obesity is a turn-off for me. That's me. I'm not going to apologize for it. That's where I am. And I've had people, and I've done it to myself, beat myself up for being so fickle and for being so involved in the package and not seeing the personality or the character. Well, I can see personality and character. And I have friends that are really, really good friends that I'm really attracted to on a spiritual, emotional level. And intellectually, we agree on many things. But there's not that sexual attraction. And without that sexual attraction, I have no desire to even explore a potential relationship. I've done that in the past, and I've seen how it happens. Again, the mind is the controlling factor, not the heart when it comes to sex. For me, that's the truth. That's my reality. Now, will it change? I'm open for transformation, but I'm not open for exploring relationships with people that I do not find sexually attractive. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. I don't like smokers. Somebody that smokes, kissing them is like kissing an ashtray. They reek of tobacco. That's not a turn-on for me. So I have lots of rules regarding intimate personal relationships for myself, or intimate sexual relationships for myself. I have lots of rules that rule out almost everybody. I really don't care about age so much as long as there's physical attraction. Physical attraction is necessary from my point of view for a healthy sexual relationship or a fulfilling sexual relationship. That's a matter of the heart because it's somebody that I'm going to share even that aspect of my life with. And there just has to be a spark. There just has to be attraction. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. I've had women that have offered sexuality to me that I could not accept their offer because I choose to live in integrity. I don't choose to use people. Now I do, and I have explored the idea, not the practice, but the idea that if we lived in a really healthy world where we didn't have all of these wounds in relationship to our sexuality, we could be sensual with each other. We could be naked and touch each other, even in a sexual manner, not necessarily even having intercourse, but even if it did go to intercourse, it wouldn't be a big deal if we were healthy. I'm not healthy in my sexuality, and I know that. And I don't know very many people that are. If I know anyone that's totally healthy in their sexuality, it's an area in human experience where we have been greatly wounded. And I don't know how it's going to fit into the world that's coming. It's said by Jesus that in that world we will be neither marrying nor given in marriage. Does that mean that there will be no sexuality? Or does it simply mean there will be no limitations as to how we experience our sexuality and our touch and our sensualness, sensual nature? So anyway, I'm sharing this because it's something that's coming up in my life. I am hearing from people in various parts of the world, on different continents even, that seem to express an interest. And I just want to make it clear that somehow, if it's to be, Spirit is going to connect me with the person that I'm supposed to partner with in the next phase of my life. But until then, I'm really not available to exploring long distance relationships. I can be a friend, but that's as far as it's going to be until there is a mutual spark that's recognized between me and another individual, and then we will know. But I don't know that with anyone yet, and I want to make that really clear. So thank you for listening to me talk about this subject, which quite honestly is a little bit difficult for me, but I wanted to clear the air because there are right now a few people that seem to be expressing an interest. And I just want to make it clear to everyone that that's not where I'm at in this moment in time. Thank you for letting me share this with you. And I love you all as friends, all of you, as spiritual beings having a human experience. You're my brothers and my sisters. Thank you. I love you. Namaste.